Welcome, I'm your theloladass. So today I'm gonna bring you Nightmare Frames Prologue. So this game is developed and published by Postmortem Adventures. It is in bottom. So this game is all about movies. We are a screenwriter and on 60s, I think it's like that. And it's a point and click, of course, and you need to discover what to do to find what's happening. It seems quite interesting. The game is to come out on next year only, but with the Steam Fest they release the prologue. They call prologue, but it's a demo. It's only a demo, but they call always a prologue only to see. So it's like it's not long. Of course, it's a point and click. You know what it is, all about the story. Of course, it's all about the story. But it seems good. It seems good. So let's start here. New game. It seems good. The guys don't know the lunatic return to camp. I have to warn them before it's too late. So this is like how it's called, Friday 13. Okay, sign the dogs. They must be there. No, no. Everyone is dead. Dana, Hank, oh God, Will, what have they done to you? I'm too late. Where's Tommy? Tommy, Tommy. Nothing in here. To the dogs. Okay. Oh, there it is, Tommy. Tommy, Stacy, run away, let him go, you monster, get out of here, he'll come for you, I can't take it anymore. Okay, because we do is all about horror movies, but this shit, you have been suspected for a while. The climax of Lunatic 2 is ident to the one you wrote for the original movies. You go over the old script in your mind and end up realizing it has the same structure as its predecessor. You can show this to Christopher Ruskin. Melodies of Heaven. No wonder you have put such little interest in the script of For Lunatic 2. All your thoughts are focused on the ambitious project that will take you back to the times of Melodies of Heaven, the script that earned you an Oscar nomination in 80s. Famous producer Peter Evans is butting heads with Studio X to get the project green light. According to him, the deal is almost done, which means you are just one step away from leaving the B-movie pit you are in. He was meeting with the executives this morning. You have an appointment later today at his place, hopefully to celebrate. It's getting late, I should get moving. Okay, Hollywood 1985. So, tutorial, right click to look, left click to interact, so show here why. So we have a TV, right mouse click, you have lost track of how long ago you unplugged the TV, never to plug it back in again. There's nothing of interest in that box. You usually read the news in the papers, and TV series are nothing more than watered down movies. And then left mouse button, there is no channel that interests you enough to make you plug in the TV again. Books, there's a pile of books on. Hold up, that's where you put your wallet. And to think you had it right under your nose when the Chinese food delivery guy refused, and right so to give you your order. So you know there is the wallet. You take the wallet in hopes of not misplacing it and forget about it again. It's a good thing you can always carry a few bills in your jacket so you can pay for cabs. So new item, so you go up and there it is, the wallet. You can press right mouse button only to see several credit cards and enough notes to not run out of money and have to get to the nearest ATM. You have VH tapes, VH edition of all movies. You have right seat on that shelf. Palm makes sure to send you a copy of 2 days before each domestic format release. So you can see a lot. You don't lose check the end result of your scripts. Once you deliver the last revision, you completely disregard the project and don't give a damn about anything producers or directors do with it. Even so, you show them off as a trophy and you wonder why. You don't have an answer. Rewards, even if you don't consider your work in horror movies as worthy of any praise other people do, you are awarded best script by the Fantasporto jury for Present Day Killer. Lunatic caused a sensation in the Tisch Film Festival and you won best screenwriter. That same year you also collect awards in Avoriaz thanks to Lunatic. You don't pick up a single one of them in person, you hate the crowds at those B-tier festivals. But there's something you hate even more, being surrounded by fans of horror movies. If you land left mouse click, you can see this. You have here some screens, lunatic, if you want to see. Okay, calendar. 6 years have passed since you arrived at the Mecca of cinema. The first year was just as you had imagined: dinners in luxury restaurants, non-stop handshakes with stars, and a walk down to the Oscars red carpet to top it all off. But good things don't last forever. You spent 5 years in what you call Hollywood hell. You wholeheartedly wish everything will go back to the way it used to be, and you still hope it will. But the wait is starting to feel like an eternity. You have marked the due date for the script of Lunatic 2 with a big red circle. We have a window. You always want to have an part you could write your script in a view of the Hollywood sign. If it wasn't the fact that you have to stick out your body out of the window just to be able to see the letter D, you could say you have achieved your dream. You can go watch. You look out the window. Movies taught you to love the streets of Los Angeles. Reality, you to hate them. Trash can. Maybe you have thrown away the odd brilliant page without realizing, but that's probably not the case. Center of ideas. Okay. IBM. You can't remember the last time you turned it on. It was trying the latest sensation, computer narrative, King Quest 2, Romancing the Storms. The narrative wasn't good enough, and your character died again and again. You couldn't stand it more than 5 minutes. Okay, so Rusty insists that you had to get with the times, so he bought you a brand new IBM PC with text processor. However, you still prefer to write scripts the traditional way. You can't imagine working without the relaxing sound of keys banging away at the typewriter roll. Okay, we have a box in here. Oh, 3D glass. Interesting. 30 years ago, the trend was to watch certain movies 3D. They probably didn't last long. In '83, they came back to the same market gimmick. The joke was not as fun. You fear they will fall for the same mistake in 30 years. Okay, so we have a magazine. Unlike people at Variety, some at Fangoria magazine think you should have a subscription. That's why it arrives promptly at your mailbox each month. You already flipped through that issue. George R. Romero tries to milk the success of Night of the Living Dead for a third time. A theatrical director from Chicago makes his movie debut with an adaptation of a H.P. Lovecraft short story from Charles Bound Empire. There you go, H.P. Lovecraft. There is a tons of games about that. Lastly, an interview with Jenna Dreyfus, the Scream Queen from Campfire Psycho, in which, among other things, she talks trash about you. You have letters. You think you show a couple of them to the police, in particular one that threatens to shoot you with a sniper rifle, and one whose author thinks the best way of ending your life is planting a bomb in his very apartment. But you know they are probably written by some harmless zit-ridden teenager too busy jerking off compulsively to a Eliza poster. Ever since you spoke out to post against the character of Eliza from Eliza's Mansion of Horrors, you have been flooded with anonymous letters from her fans wishing you the most horrible of deaths. Because in here, you should press left mouse button to interact and right mouse button to see what it says. So I recommend always do that. You can't remember how many times you fill it with coffee today. It's your favorite big blue mug. It has always a copy of you when writing. Typewriter. People always say that those market psycho movies write themselves, and it's something you have always agreed with. But failing to write this sequel to Lunatic is make you change your mind. Best thing you can do now is go outside and forget about writing for today. Your loyalty. Okay, this is talking about the machine. A tray, it's a complete disaster that you need to fix, so the best thing will be to start a new snort. You look at the tray where the script to the last sequel of custom production most recent success lies and wonder what happened. Your mind might have been somewhere else, or may be agreeing with those who argue that the slasher genre has nothing more to say. Okay, so we already saw everything, so let's go outside. Because don't forget that point and click games is all about reading everything. Okay, welcome to LA United. Where do you want to go? So when you get in a taxi, drivers will talk to you. You can disable this feature in the options menu, saying that if you want you can disable like that they don't talk. Okay, so these are the places that you can go. So Ruskin Productions, this is where you work. Come on gentlemen, splash the cash. You could be helping this poor man right here with all that all you scream, hiring illegal aliens to take care of your alarms. Okay, so we have a trash can. Trash can is full to the brim. Jack Paul took whatever was useful there. Jack Paul was a child star in the 40s. He was the lead of a gang of 7. Such a rip off of our gang that his biggest accomplishment was not to be sued for plagiarism. When his voice changed and the zits came, he disappeared to return in the 50s as the director of a couple of movies about giant radioactive insects which devour everything that crosses their paths, humans, military machinery, and even the production company itself, which went bankrupt. He came back to Hollywood in the 80s in his last incarnation, a homeless drunkard. Okay, interesting. Well, you were here to insult me again? What? Again with that? What's this your way of saying hello? You told me your career was going downhill so hard that you'd rather jump off 6th Street Viaduct than end up like me. Come on, Jack, don't be resentful. If indeed that happened 12 days and 46 minutes ago, I don't like to be called resentful. Those things hurt, Alan. Alright, for the umpteenth time, I'm sorry. I got the habit of saying what I think. That's not a virtue. The trick is to think what you say. You know what, Alan? You are a cinch guy. You don't like people who freak them out, and yet somehow nobody tells you to go fuck off. Anyway, how it's going? Awful. Glad to see you haven't lost that optimism you are known for. How's day going? Nothing yet, but I just got it started. Why do you beg in a place like this? I've always why you beg in a place like this. I don't like to hustle from common people. It's hard enough for them to just earn a living. But here, look at all those EOPs. Look at their hands. They are perfect. Most of them waste so much money in manicure. They do fuck all. They earn their money through speculation. If I got fleece someone, I'll rather be them. These people are not kind of give handouts. Check. They don't even see you. That's what you think? Check this out. You all cheer for USA, for Africa, and all those singers going, we are the world, but fuck those of us standing right here. Hypocrites. There, mister. Now that's yours. Try not wasting on booze. I'll wasting on cocaine like you do, but I don't think I will be able to afford it. Have a good day. The fuck? 5 bucks, I made my day. See? Okay. They showed one of your movies yesterday. Which one? The one with the fucking spiders or the one with the fucking hands? Spiders. And how do you know if you don't watch TV? I read it in the papers. Those movies are in spotlight again with this old 50s revival that's going on. I still don't see a single cent from them. Now that I should anyway. The production company went bankrupt and who knows who got the rights now. Some asshole must be making crazy money off my work while I'm here begging. Though not long ago a couple of journalists came for an interview for one of the magazines from Wonkers. What was it called? Starlook? I felt like a director again, telling them about how those movies were made. Those were good times, Alan. Okay. What we have here, the ones on the right is Frank Rooker from Berkeley. Rooker and Jones. Those offices are in the 8th floor. The one on the left is one of the youngest and most promising lawyers, Jack Jordan, or Stephen Arnett. You don't know. All of those young lawyers with their slicked back hair look the same to you. You don't need lawyers unless you get yourself in a mess. Dave Morris, the marketing office for Phantasm. Sickles reads with bewilderment that Route 66 is not a part of West Number Highway system anymore. Part of his new campaign is based on the relevance of that historical route. Okay? You want to move for shit chat right now. Okay, so let's go for here. That's the place we work. Alan, I never thought I would say this, but I'm glad to see you. Again, James, we got a little debate here. You are the most educated of all of us. Lend me a hand. Are you saying that the Church of Mother Earth is a cult? It is. Oh, come on, not you two. You should stop by one day, Alan. As a guest, of course. We have access to improve one's mood and see life from a different perspective. I would rather throw myself out of that window. You're wasting your time, friend. How about you, Pam? Are you in? I don't get paid enough to put up with this. Okay, waterfront. You don't see any glass, so you ready yourself to drink direct from the faucet when you realize you don't want to be taken for eccentric. You turn around to ask Pam to fill the glass, but you see she's busy, so you change your minds. The droplets coating the coating with the condensation make you fancy. Okay. The computer, Pam's work with it, and give your version to compute what you intend to do. Pam modernized the copy by computerizing it. Technical equipment providers, agencies, everything is in that computer. She even talks to them through a sophisticated phone system plugged to compute, which more than technology seems like witchcraft. Pam Lawrence is Christopher Ruskin's right hand. Without her, the copy will be a shadow of what it is now. There are times you feel she knows more about everything that's going on the copy than her own boss. She's the one to go first when any issues comes up. Interesting. How's the script going? Okay, I need to touch a couple of things up. Problems with the third act, right? How do you know? I've been working with you for a long time, honey. When everything's going well, you just say one word. When you try to explain yourself, it means something's wrong. The treatment already showed that you weren't too sure about the third act. But don't worry, we will shoot next month, there's still time. Okay, only that. James Crosby, 1982, was James Crosby here? He was the lead of president they killed and was admitted as a member of the Church of Mother Earth. From then on, parts in big studio productions started raining on him. He's not aware that his success is due to the power church holds in Hollywood, not because he starred in a modestly successful B-movie. Sometimes he drops by a company to convince Pam or whoever is around to join his cult. Interesting. Pam brought me up to speed. Lunatic show, huh? Well, you must be happy. Oh yeah, I can't stop jumping for joy. Are you crazy? Everyone's talking about the movie. It's a success so far. I even heard rumors over at Warner. Rumors? They want David Raven to direct, shoot the next Stallone movie. Toshai Sly wants to keep George P. Cosmatos. Anyway, Lunatic the talk of the town. And did you hear anything about the screenwriter? No, I'm sorry. What are you working on? I take a couple months off, I stopped the shoot lately. So Martin's been calling. Who's Martin? Scorsese. He wants me in next movie. Paul will be there too. Paul? What Paul? McCartney? Newman. I haven't made up in mind yet. I've been talking to Brian. Brian May? De Palma. Hey Al, are you pulling my leg? I don't know what to do. I might consult with Steven. Spielberg. Good. What do you do in that cult exactly? Again with that, you are not a cult, we are a legally constituted church. Okay, call it whatever you want, but what do you do there? You are not allowed to talk about it. Come one day and see for yourself. See, sounds like a cult. How's that way of advertising yourselves? Just imagine I drop by one day and end up with melted wax on my chest and 4 octogenarians ready to abuse me. Haha, hilarious. For your information, that will never happen. The teachings of the Church of Mother Earth are based on kindness and common goods. Do you really think the Earth is a living being? Of course. What seems odd to me is for people as clever as you not to believe it. Mother Earth's always been sending signals too, but we never pay attention to she shows Joseph as an intermediary. She speaks through him? Yes. Tell me what to do. Exactly. Let's drop the subject. I'm feeling insulted. Why? You are treating me like a 4-year-old. Okay. Alright, think about it. What should I think? Well, Pam, as we are saying, we are not saying anything. File cabinet, Pam insists to input all the files in that little computer. The files contain information from 1978 to the present day. What are you looking exactly? Okay, door. Christopher is not in his office right now, but this place is like your own home, so go ahead. Okay. What we have here. You take the bottle and hope Christopher won't miss it. Bottle of cologne. Christopher uses so much that having it on you is like having him on your back the whole time. Okay. Drinks. Christopher always has special drinks at hand to liven up meetings and run possibly best defenseless. Okay. Besides, though low, the powerful California sun blinds you when looking through the window. Downtown LA looks spectacular in the late evening light. Files. From time to time, Crystal speaks of market trends and others prefers by pointing to a page in one of those folders. You suspect the page is usually random. You don't need to know the correct market trends and others' preference of horror movie fans. It's clear to you, blood and teeth. Of course. Janice Defoe, the actress from Campfire Psych, gifted him a bamboo plant with the intention of improving the office feng shui. You are not expecting this kind of pseudonymous the Hollywood population so happily embraced, but you don't see any relationship between one and the other except that both come from China. You surprised Husky talking to the plant once or twice. The army was stimulating its growth. It was a good moment to start scientific debate, but you were not in the mood of wasting your time with someone who attends quantum therapies and believes in reincarnation. You try to rip one of the plant leaves off, but they are firmly attached to the stem. Okay, a cabinet. Among other things, the dose of scripts sent to the comp each year are kept there. How much worse than yours must they be for Christopher not to have considered them? Revising your own scripts already hard enough, you are not going to read other people. Okay. Nothing more to do in here. But it's like you need to read fast because if you don't read fast, they pass automatically. So they need to change that too at the same time. They can't like it, they need to make it like it's the player to press. Okay, Peter Evans Mansion. Okay, the police. Thanks for your cooperation, officer. Have a nice day. Oh, Goldberg, what a tragedy. What happened? Where's Evans? I'm afraid I got bad news. Even Evans committed suicide. What? We are in shock too. We can't see to understand. But why did he commit suicide? He's got everything a man can aspire. We don't know what goes through other people's minds, Goldberg. The truth is he seems more short-tempered than usual lately, but who isn't in this city? I don't want to talk about the project. Ah yes, well, let us talk about it, okay? What are you doing here? Evans had some essential documents that had to be submitted in order to close the sale of the studio to the Japanese. The LA chief of police allowed me to go in and get them, very kind of his part. Hold on, are you selling the studio? That's the plan, they are in charge from now on. Lucky me, they want to keep the current corporate board. As you know, Evans was the only one protecting your project against the opposition of the rest of the executives. Now that's gone, I'm afraid you won't be following through with the movie. Anyway, I don't think it will be made even with Evans. Now that studio will be in the hands of the Japanese. They are more Godzilla than Kurosawa, if you know what I mean. The trend is action heroes like Stallone or Schwarzenegger, or otherwise movies like the ones Amblin is making. I'm afraid there won't be any room for high-budget dramas such as the ones you are proposing. We are grateful for Peter Evans' work. The studio pulled through its worst times thanks to him. But we are in 1985, Goldberg. Teens rule the box office. I hope you understand. Anyway, since you are here, I got something to show you. I found this in the desk beside the office phone. Barry Lando posted a letter with a letterhead of Flying Saucer Pictures. It seems to be a small studio of little to no budget devoted to fans or horror movies. You can't grasp why Evans committed suicide, but much less why that was in his office. Peter Evans despises those kind of small producers who worry about making money with exploitation movies instead of making art. It took a lot for you to stand up for yourself, given that you were responsible for several masked killer movies. Curious, isn't it? Evans dealing with this kind of scum. You know what? You can keep it. Your talent is closer to this trash than to our studio. I've proven I can be more than a slasher screenwriter. Let me remind you, I was an Oscar nominee. So was Cher last year. Take it. My hand's getting tired. Okay, letter from Evans. I wish you much success in your career, Goldberg. You'll need it. Hollywood is changing. We are not in the 70s anymore. Goodbye. Because we are from those times, 60s, 70s, and now it's changed. Everything's changing. If there was ever a chance to touch heaven in Hollywood again, it's gone. You are surprised to realize though that your stagnant future in B-movies is the last thing you are worried about now. Peter Evans was an important figure to you, not only because he believed in your project and tried to move heaven and earth to get it made. Peter was the man you want to become. Wealthy, well-connected, and able to bring top-tier movie projects to life. Now he's dead, by his own hands. How is it possible for someone who got everything they want in life to end up like this? You look at the letter Barry Lando just gave you. Dear Mr. Evans, I don't know what you are talking about indeed. I thus beg you to handle this in person. You'll surely understand this matter should dealt with discreetly. So this was someone, it was Glenn Bishop that sent to Evans. Kind regards, Glenn Bishop. You marvel at Peter's Evan looks over Marshall and still can't come to terms with the fact. You can't understand either what one of the most powerful executives in Hollywood could need from one of the most esteemed production companies in Los Angeles. Without a project that could put you back in the spotlight, with a script of sequel that's going nowhere, and with no desire to make anything else, you decide to delve into why someone like Evans did what he did. Okay, so we got the letter and a new location. Officer Jacks has spent 25 years in the Los Angeles Police Department with a flawless service record. Happily married, his dream was to have a kid and get promoted to the police inspector. The former was biologically impossible and he enjoys patrolling the streets so much that he ended up letting to go off the latter. Okay, we have this. The letter got an address, 451 Roadside Avenue. Okay. Officer, sir, can I go in? Of course not. What happened in here? Nothing good. That guy, the movie guy, blew his brains out. You need to have a parallel for that, don't you think? So why did allow Barry land on his sides? Your friend, the one just left, is not my friend. Yeah, I saw he was glad to get rid of you. Orders from above seem to have a good relationship with the boss. Is that illegal? Letting a civilian into the crime scene? No way, you could alter it. Even take vital evidence. He has, right under your nose. He took some papers. And I will file a complaint. Don't worry about that. You could have denied him entry. I just told you. Orders from above. I'll file a complaint. Hey, how about we stop going in circles here? I'm aware this situation is anomalous, okay? Do you know if he left a suicide note? You watch a lot of movies, don't you? Actually, I write them. More than 90% of people who commit suicide don't leave any notes. It's a myth. Still, did he leave one? Why are you asking all these questions? Are you a journalist? No, I'm a screenwriter. I already told you. Have you write something I've watched it? Those melodies of Evan ring any bells? Are you kidding? You wrote that movie? You goes smile with pride. What a bore. Mary, my wife, made me go watch with her. I fell asleep. That's my reveal. Oh, she liked it though. I shouldn't be talking about this with you, you know. It's strictly police business. But too well with that if I can tell Mary I've been talking to the right of melodies of heaven. We are having some communications lately. This way we'll have something to talk about. As for the note, no, he didn't leave one. Anything else you want to know? Was it really suicide? You mean whether someone murdered him and made it pass for suicide, right? I can see you are screwdriver mind at work. I'm afraid to disappoint you. Everything seems to suggest otherwise. No doors are witness force. According to my colleagues, the position in which he was holding the rifle seems natural. What are you guarding exactly? The crime scene. I thought you left once the place sealed. Soon everyone will know a big fish from the movies blew his brains out and these will be written with journals. I don't know if you know them, but they are capable of jumping over the fence to snap a picture. I don't like the idea of standing here like one of those living statues on Sunset Boulevard. My thing is patrolling, but orders from above. Okay. Interesting. In your opinion, there's no reason to have the lights on this moment except to give Officer Jack some extra sense of authority. How much took a patrol car in front of an officer of the law could be the worst idea you come with today. Okay, fence. Many a client of the tour of the stars thinks that these people are so rich that they decorated their fence with golden tips. It's just golden paint, in case you were wondering. Try to climb the fence in front of us of a police officer, huh? Any other crime you'd like to commit, Alan? Okay, so we have the mansion. Peter Evans' majestic mansion rising up from the grounds makes you realize it's not the fame you seek, not even the long-awaited Oscar. The motivation to keep fighting to become one of them, but alive, of course. Police attack. Okay, this same. We have an obelisk. Ever show pride in the last acquisition to the last you were here. The project pride transportation cost all the way from Egypt and installation cost. Knock your socks off. Why on earth do you want the obelisk, Evans? You asked. He replied blandly, because I can have it. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, can you get out from here? Okay. So Joe's dinner. Well, who do we have here? Call back from your hall already? I see you are still in yours. Hey Joe, doesn't this place have an admittance policy? Do you want me to kick him out, Vicky? some problems that we have with Vicky. Like most aspirants, Vic came to Hollywood full of hopes and dreams just to end up waiting tables in one of the city's many restaurants. You have spent good months with her, okay, and you could say she's the girl of your dreams were it not for your particular way of dreaming. What was all that about? You don't know what you are talking about. That dumb thing about the admittance policy. Don't you have anything to say to me? Good afternoon? Good... Oh god, don't you owe me an apology? A week ago you were on a second date with Vicky despite the disaster that was on the previous one, and it was worse. You got drunk and started talking too much. You only remember ending up lying down in a taxi soaking in the wine Vicky probably threw at you before running away and a strong pain in your cheek. So? In these moments you wish you were at your typewriter with all the time in the world to think of all the possible answers your characters might give. You try to choose the right words to tell Vicky, but this page will probably end up in the trash can. Anyway, let's drop the subject, okay? What did I say? Don't you remember? I haven't felt so insulted my whole life, Alan. But what on earth did I say? I won't repeat it. Hearing it once was enough. Keep it down, lovebirds. Aren't you going to tell me? It's not what you say, Alan. The problem is you say it again. Everything revolves around you and you end up ruining what could have been a special night. You are not the man who came to you years ago. That's the past. You still got a job, you make a living, and you are tasting success. What more do you want? You want to know what frustration looks like? I spent 5 years in Hollywood and I haven't got any parts yet. I'm 35 and share apartments with two 20-somethings who have barely been here for 2 months, and one's already been on Cheers and the other on regular in Colby's. And that doesn't prevent me from respecting the ones I love, you know. Alright, I'm sorry. I apologize if you felt offended. What? What? That if? Of course I did. You are better at offending than at writing scripts, you know. And the worst thing about it is, God, I'm such an idiot that I will hang out with you again tonight. But it's over, Alan. I don't need such a relationship in my life right now. I don't blame you for it. I can better stand myself. Try to see life as it is, Alan. Do your part if you want what we have to work. For a moment you think about apologizing again, this time in a less pathetic and more sincere way. But you know it won't change Vicky's mind, so you decide to spare the words. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Do you go to casting this week? Free, and it's always same, either too young or too old. Why don't you get her into one of your movies? I tried twice. Associate producers get their lady friends in. I can't do anything against that. You are not pushing yourself enough. That's not how it works, Joe. I'm just screenwriter. But why am I explaining myself to you? Why are you bargaining in our conversation? Because Vic's worth a lot. She's a good actress. I know she's good. Very good. Yeah? If she were as good as you say, you already seen her in Lunatic movie. Let it be, Joe. All is right. Why are you defending him? Are you so infatuated that you swallow everything he says? Excuse. If you want to, you have been in one of his movies already. Please, Joe. It's your life. I'm not meddling. You haven't stopped meddling. I only want the best for my employees, okay? Is that clear? May I know what I say during dinner? You should know. I should, but I think thing is I don't. Then try to remember. Okay? We have a pie. Very appealing blueberry pie awaits to be devoured by those who still have room left after eating one of Joe's generous menus. Okay. Joe is devoted to his business. You consider him a good man, given the issue already broke your legs instead of putting up with your impertinence. Hey Joe. Well, okay, can I ask a personal question? Let's see, are you happy in that kitchen? You ask if I'm happy? Well, you are always here complete soaking sweat, and I thought, missed all you thought. You don't think this Joe? Is that you are suggesting? No, not at all. Look, Mr. Smarty Pants, I started in this business when I was 14. I spent my whole life working for others and putting up with everyone's shit. I always want to be self-employed and to open a place like this. That's why I'll always be my dream, and it's worth as yours of getting to the Olympus of cinema legends, okay? I didn't want to offend you, Joe. When are you going to add me to the Wall of Fame? No offense, sorry, but you are not a celebrity. You are a screenwriter. Can't a screenwriter be a celebrity? No. It's like taking a picture with a lighting technician. What about Will Goldman? Don't you know him? No. See, a screenwriter can't be a celebrity. New Machine, that one, yeah, it's one of the modern thingamajigs with touch panels. It has a quiz for smartasses like you. It's not that it so far, kids prefer to shoot spaceships. They are coming to change it tomorrow. If you want to try out, do it today. Okay. Mark Paulin is a freelance journalist specialized in TV critique. He feels so at home in this place that he practically uses it as his office. Joe doesn't object. Mark lives an average of $10 a day. Interesting. How is it going, Mark? Oh, you're alive. I thought they were about to knock your door down and find you devoured by the cat. I don't have a cat. I ate them. Thought it would good and for me. Feeling optimistic today, are we? I'm glad to see you, friend. What can I help you with? I see someone up to see me. Why won't I? Okay, you mean Joe. He thinks I of you, but you know him. You are referring to Vicky. I'm not meddling in other couples' affairs. We are not a couple. You will be if you weren't so... I already said it. I'm not meddling in other couple affairs. What are you writing? A review of the new Twilight Zone. I already know your answer, but I know a couple of guys in CBS who owe me some favors. Are you interested in writing an episode for the series? You want me to work in TV? I don't want to end my days being a TV writer. Come on, Alan. TV is changing. Even William Friedkin directed an episode, and maybe in the future you'll have more freedom writing for TV than for movies. I know practically everyone in the job, and you could shine there. I appreciate, but I won't insist. But if you ever change your mind, here I am. Mac knows people, wordmonger. Maybe if you work in TV, you won't complain so much. Oh, shut up. Okay. Door. Okay, these two try to enter. Okay, we can't. Nothing in there. TV. You don't know of the bands, but they are very popular. You have no idea who the Bangles are. Duran Duran sounds like Crack from Barbarella, and you think the Cards is the worst possible name for a rock band. Okay, Joko show these photos, the Hall of Fame, the client, okay, the machine. Okay, can we use this? Nope. Maybe we can trade. Do you have change? I only got bills. We ran out of coins. Sorry, Alan. Okay. Okay, everything's done in here. Only to see. Okay, so let's go to where we need to go. Okay, we need to wait for the train. Okay, guys, the guy on the right keeps talking while the other listen carefully. Those guys are acting sketchy. Casually, you position yourself to stop on them. You pay attention to their conversation. What's gonna happen? Embarrassed, you move away from them. When you realize the man on the right is trying to convince the other one that missing in action Chu was shot before the first part, but premiere afterwards. Okay. The guy in versus Jack is right. You read something about that in Variety. You don't want to give your prejudice again. Okay. Hubble. That's all. According to the letterhead, the flying salsa picture office must should be in here. Hammer struck the Rumble would help you rebuild the flying salsa picture office. If they were ever here. We have something. You don't need to go to River Park. Given how the day is going, you will be surprised to end up there. Okay. You can recognize a deal from miles away, and this one particularly is not make any efforts to hide it. Okay, let's go for him. Hey friend, I don't know what they told you, buddy, but I don't sell anything. Nobody told me anything. I don't even know who you are and what you do for a living, though I can guess the latter. Oh, can you? What you want, buddy? Okay, I'm looking for Flying Salsa Pictures office. Flying what? This 451 Roadside Avenue, right? Don't know, I guess, man. I think there should be an office here instead of this rubble. Oh yeah, fuck, the movies guy. What a fucking bastard. They say it was him who caused the building to collapse so he could collect the insurance money. A gas leak or something. The asshole could have blown up off the street. Got a bill list of which to do something like that, huh? Do you know, can I find this guy? His name Glenn Bishop? No idea, man. Hope you'll find him behind bars. That's his place. You know anybody who could point to Glenn Bishop? The owner of the pawn shop, but it's not here right now, of course. I think he's testifying at the police station, probably with some jewels or something. He left his cars in charge of the shop, but it's kinda dumb, don't waste your time with him. And that laundromat. You never see one before? There is no one in charge. You go insert the coin and wash your clothes. Clearly you have someone to do it for you. I think that's all. Okay, man. Okay, nothing more. Pawn shop. Okay. So you don't know nothing interesting. But now it's called site. Okay. Oh, there's someone new in here. Neil Gordon is our movie enthusiast who managed, writes and publishes a small fanzine called Terror Zone. He thinks you are one of the best current horror screenwriters and he's dying to interview you. But ending up reading our words in a magazine made you of loosely stapled photocopies doesn't match your concept of an interview. I told you I wasn't going to grant you an interview, so you can leave the bench free for whoever needs it. You were pretty clear last time, Mr. Goldberg. It's hard to forget. You were quite blunt. But I'm not here for you. I'm trying to interview Christopher Ruskin. Couldn't you? No. Are you going to wait here all day? It's my day off. When I see Mr. Rusk come out, I'll try to get my interview. I hope he's nicer than you. What's your interest in Ruskin? I'm working on a special issue about new horror movie produced. Christopher Rusk is one of them. Don't be mistaken. Ruskin no more than a producer of exploitations. He doesn't give a damn about horror cinema. You think so? I work for him. If he gave a damn about our movies, he wouldn't have you such as his screenwriter. You ready for yourself to answer conclusive? I'm not a horror movie screenwriter, but that's what you are. Not old, he gives his new movie larger and larger budgets. Not hire the best and upcoming VFX technician out there. He knows what he's doing. Good luck then. I hope Ruskin won't sell you packing, which is what I will do. I don't think so. Brian Usner didn't. Not Robert Shire, not Glenn Bishop. Pros tend to be nicer than certain screenwriters. Hold on, do you say Glenn Bishop? Glenn Bishop, yeah. Do you know where I could find him? Are you serious? He makes video movies, very low budget ones. If you want to waste your time, so be it. But I will keep work for us productions. It's not that, I just want to talk with him about certain matters. I will ask again. Do you know where I can find him? And don't tell me Roadside Avenue. No, he's not there anymore. He had some problems with a gas leak, or at least that's what he tried to convince me of. There's rumors about him already having a new office when the disaster happened. So he's now... Let's make a deal. Instead with Ruskin so that he grants me an interview, I'll tell you. Tell me and I'll talk to Ruskin. Do I like a sucker to you? With your age, I guess so. How old are you, kid? 20. Do me that favor, Mr. Goldberg. Ruskin won't grant an interview to a fanzine. This is my offer. I've got a lot to do. Why don't tell me where I can find this? When you see Christopher so that he grants you an interview, sure. Okay, so we need to talk with our boss, Ruskin. Okay, so let's go to the door. Okay, here it is, our boss now. Alan, I heard the news. What a shame, huh? Indeed. Does that mean your project fucked up? Yeah. I don't want to sound callous in such a moment, but this is good news for Ruskin Productions. How is it going anywhere anytime soon? I don't have much of choice. Oh, come on, don't be like that. You know what I was staring at through the window when you got here? They sit at your feet, right? Makes you feel powerful. You are impossible. Come here. Look towards Sunset Strip, that billboard ad on the car by Tower Records. What you see? A brown and blue blot. Come on, Alan. What do you want me to see? The sun reflected off the window and I can't see that damn thing. It's the lunatic poster on Sunset Boulevard. Do you know what that means? We can't afford it. They are making big money thanks to you. Do you know where I've been today? Surprise me. In a meeting with Toyneck. They are releasing an action figure line of horror monsters. And you know who's going to be the star? The lunatic. They are all along the same lines. Alan, Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger. And thanks to the movie's success, they want your creation to be the star figure. Isn't it wonderful? A lunatic toy. Wonderful. I know it's not the figurine you like to have in your hands, but we are on the way, Alan. You'll soon be able to afford higher budget movies as well as other genres. They will come when you can write anything you want, and I will gladly produce it. But the success of our movies is what will allow us to make riskier things. It's easy to understand, isn't it? I'm sick of writing the same thing over and over, Christopher. That's all. I know. But you are very good at it. We have won awards thanks to you. I'm not letting you go. And now, if you allow me, I'm going to keep admiring our future. Okay? You have a moment? Sure. First of all, let's keep going. Remember to do whatever you want with it. You know there won't be any sort of interference on my part. I trust you completely. That's good. Let's say this, because we know that's not going well. The usual right block, huh? Think of something shocking. You got time, there's still more to go before we start shooting. What do you want to tell me? Okay, there's a kid who wants to interview you. Oh yeah, Variety, the Hollywood reporter, some fancy, some fancy, not interested. The kid adores you. I don't know why, but he does he? He says you are more than a director of exploitations, that you know what you are doing. Of course I am. I try to hire the best. Those were his words, yeah? And he knows how to write. He's a good or even better than any film journalist you know. And he knows how to negotiate. Damn. You know what, Alan? I've been thinking about hiring a press officer lately. That will free up Pam, who's already quite busy with her work. You say that kid's good? Check for yourself. Accept the interview. Every time I trust your gut, it's been good for me. So, yes, you can tell him to come by. Alright. But not today, it's been a busy day. Tomorrow 10 am, is that fine? Whatever suits you best. Settle then. Tomorrow 10 am. Very good, so let's talk to the kids. Saying that he has an interview with Ruskin. Okay. Let's get to the interview. Really? I say good things about you. He's even thinking about hiring you as his press officer. I'm not interested, I already have a job. What do you do for a living? I'm a mechanic. Well, assistant mechanic. How much do you make a month? Doesn't matter. Don't answer. Ruskin will double it, even triple it. If I accept the job, it will conflict with my reviews of any movie by the production company. You are no mercenary, are you? True. Is that fancy that important to you? It's my whole life. Are you listening to yourself? You have a chance to earn a ton of money, work for an up-and-coming production company, and attend horror movie shoots. Are you going to miss out on that? Any kind of interest in the horror genre will kill for a job like that. You can balance work and fanzine. Okay, I'll think about it. When do I get to interview him? Tomorrow 10 am. Thanks a lot, Mr. Goldberg. And now, where can I find Glenn Bishop? Mansfield Avenue 13. Okay, new place to go? Great. I will thank you if you add to a barter. This is Hollywood. I guess that justifies everything. Anyway, there's nothing else for me to do here. I'm leaving, Mr. Goldberg. Thanks for your help. Okay. Try to dress decent tomorrow, not like a criminal. It will be an interview. I know. A job interview. And take off those earrings. Okay, so we can now leave. And we have a new place to go. Glenn Bishop. Aha. I don't give a damn if you did everything you could, Tony. Your job is to do the impossible. No. Where the hell am I going to find... One moment. Who the hell are you? Thanks for playing Nightmare Frames Prologue. The adventure continues in 2022. Please consider adding Nightmare Frames on your Steam wishlist. There you go. So it's now it shows a little bit of the game, how it's gonna be. In here on church. In prison. It feels like a cemetery, cinema, a shop of that. I don't even know what the fuck is that. But it's like, it seems good, the game. It seems good. Okay, let me only press in English because it's to enter on the game. It seems good because it's about a screenwriter, right? Like we are a screenwriter, and it's like it is enough of doing B movies, and he wants to grow bigger. But then a friend of him, Evans, died, and he wants to discover what happened, and he goes try to search what happened to know the truth. At the same time, he doesn't want to continue making horror movies. He wants to do other type of movies, but they see him like a good horror screenwriter, so that's the problem too. But overall, it seems a good game. Things that I will change. First of all, in terms of feedback, first of all, options to lower the sounds and some graphic settings immediately. Those are the important ones. The third, when you are talking to people, don't make automatically pass the conversation. Let the people, the players read, and then they can click on left mouse button out like, or if you aren't fast reading, it will pass and you will miss what they are saying. So make it like let the player press to pass to other phrase, and not like, oh, if you don't read fast, it's gonna pass. Don't do that, because people want to read. There are people that read fast and others that are slow. And at the same time, it's a point and click game. You need to read to understand what you need to do. So that's the feedback that I have to give for the game that is Nightmare Frames. So it seems a good game. So again, if you want to play the demo or the prologue like they call it, but I say demo because it's on Steam Game Fest. So you can go and download it and try for yourself to see if you like it or not. If you like point and click adventure games, you're gonna enjoy this game because it seems very, very good, is what I have to say. So you can go there on Steam, download the prologue, test it, and if you like it, put on your wish list, because it helps always the developer to make the game to get known for more people. So I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay of the demo of Nightmare Frames, and see you guys next time.